My good people, you know what time it is. It's Monday. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that means it's time for some YRDtv. Yes, indeed. So, I'm Rob Pasker, anchor for the Young Realtors Division of NAREB's YRDtv. So, for you all that don't know, I know most of y'all are familiar, but if you're not familiar, we're going to get you familiar. NAREB is an acronym for the National Association of Real Estate Brokers and is the oldest and largest African American real estate trade association in the country, comprised of over 90 local chapters across 35 states. NAREB is the network of black real estate professionals nationwide. The Young Realtors Division of NAREB was founded in 1996 with the mission of redefining the real estate culture for tomorrow's leaders by empowering the youth and communities through wealth building, career exposure, mentorship, professional development, and leadership training. With YRDtv, we are excited to bring you unique programming that will highlight and celebrate relevant informations, policies, and real-life stories surrounding black real estate in the United States. So this is a movement. YRD, we're here to spread the good news about NAREB and get our communities and get our organizations familiar with the Realtors mission and what we do. And it's going to take all of us to really push this needle of black home ownership and black wealth in America. So if you're in the building right now, let us know, because we love the energy. We love the reciprocity. We love when y'all show us love. You know, if you have questions while we on here, put them out there. You got some comments, you know, because honestly, it's better when people engage, and it's only going to be as good as we make it, because it takes all of us. So like, share, comment, represent where you're from, your chapters, your cities. And with that being said, I got a legend in the building, y'all. I got a legend, a very powerful woman. The first vice president of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. She'll be, everything goes to plan, she'll be the fourth woman president and going on 76 years at that point, if everything goes to plan. Madam Courtney Johnson Rose. For those that you don't know, I'll tell you a little bit about her. She's a chief executive officer for the George E. Johnson Development Corporation. They are a full service real estate firm specialized in development services, owner representation, master planning, residential and commercial brokerage services. Courtney obtained her undergraduate degree in business and economics from the University of Texas at Austin and earned her master's in community development from Prairie View A&M University, where she is currently an adjunct professor overseeing the real estate certification program. So she's had a broad career. She's passionate about the community, and more so, she's passionate about developing the community. So let's go ahead and bring her on in here, Madam Courtney Johnson Rose. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me to the YRD family.
Absolutely. It's only right. I mean, there's no other way to have it. It was just a matter of when we were going to be able to connect, because we know you're a very busy woman out here. Absolutely.
Yes,
so yeah, we appreciate you. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. Can you tell us a little bit about your real estate background and how you got into the industry?
Well, yes. And first, just let me say welcome and hello to everyone. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you so much to our host, Mr. Rob Pasker, putting in the work. This is exciting, so I hope everyone is excited. And shouts out to the whole YRD family and our YRD president, Tamisha Wales. So, you know, it's kind of interesting. I got into real estate from my family. I'm a second generation realtor. So literally, my father started in real estate before I was born. When I was 8 years old, our firm had about 80 real estate agents. So imagine being a child, growing up around real estate, seeing your parents run a real estate office. After school, literally, Rob, I would come to my parents' office and do my homework at the office. But the beautiful part about that is I saw Black people buying real estate, selling real estate, owning multiple properties, developing real estate, closing transactions, making money, camaraderie. So I saw that from a very young age. And the one thing that did for me is let me know that Black people can do anything. So I grew up with a wonderful perspective of this is the way the world is, and we own real estate and we buy properties and we can do it. So I am so grateful for that background that I had in terms of understanding real estate at a very young age.
That's a blessing. And
It
like you
is
said, when you grow up like that, it's like there are no limits.
no limits. Hashtag
Yeah.
no limits for sure.
Hashtag no limits. And
Yes,
that's something that we is evident in the fruit. That mindset that you have is evident in the fruit of which you've given birth to in your time here. Um,
yes.
so with that being said, can you tell us about your realtor story?
Yeah, so it's really interesting because although that was my background, I didn't go straight into real estate. When I graduated from college, I was recruited by a company called Accenture, management consulting firm. Was a part of Arthur Anderson and then Accenture, and I went straight into corporate America. It was a great experience, but I was started to invest in real estate. In my family, everyone gets your real estate license. That's just part of the process. I have three older brothers. Everybody has their real estate license. So I had my license and I started buying a property. I had a corporate job and I have a real estate license. So I started buying investment properties. I bought my first property when I was 22, and that went well, and I bought another one. And I bought another one, and by 23, I had a little small portfolio, and I started telling friends what I was doing. Even though I wasn't really full time selling real estate, I was working in corporate America. And that went on, and I had friends that wanted to invest and get involved in real estate from college. And about 2 or 3 years later, I looked up and I was making more money in real estate part time than I was in full time corporate America. So I thought, well, let me see about getting really serious about this. So I decided to leave my job and jump in full swing ahead. And when I did that, my father sat me down and said, "Okay, looks like you have caught the real estate bug. It's in your blood, so it's natural. But you will become a realtor. If you're going to be in this industry full time, you're going to be professional. You're going to be part of the association. You're going to be around other professionals and be a part of this industry." So that's when I joined the realtors. That was almost 18 years ago. So it has been a journey. I've served in every role that there is almost on the local level, local board. I started off as education chair. I volunteered for the Women's Council. I moved up to the local second vice president, first vice president, president of the local, second vice president, first vice president, president of the state. Now on the national ladder, served on the national board, been a committee chair. So all of these years has just been service because, again, my parents instilled in me be a real estate professional, be part of the industry, and give back to this industry if you're going to be full time in real estate.
Absolutely, and you do that, and you do it with passion. So I mean,
Yes, thank you.
with that being said, where do you see NAREB's place in America today?
So we are, in my opinion, in my reason for serving, is that we are the entryway for our community into real estate. Real estate can be very intimidating, but real estate is so powerful. We all know. And I think it's nothing like going through a personal process like purchasing real estate or putting real estate as part of your portfolio. You need a trusted resource. And to me, that's what realtors are. That's what we bring to our community. We bring expertise, we bring trust to make sure that our community is taking advantage of one of the best investments you can actually have. So I take it personally, what our firm does, what realtors do, our role that we play, I think is super important, particularly in this particular state that African American community is in. We have access to more resources than we ever had, and it's really our opportunity to push our community to take advantage of the moment that we are in.
I would agree. I mean, that's what we do. We have the information, and we have the hearts of
Let's
service
share it.
to give it to. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of getting it to the people. Creating that space for them and making sure people that know that we exist.
Yes, yes, we
Yeah,
have to be a household name. When you think of real estate, you think of black, you think of realtors.
absolutely.
That's
So
us.
I think you kind of just explained it to some degrees, but when I say serving the underserved in the housing market, what does that mean to you?
It's so interesting that we have had wonderful journey as a real estate firm. We started off residential. We moved to commercial real estate and then into the real estate development space. And it really happened very organically when we were just serving. And our clients tend to be African American. And there are several cases that we've been involved in where we've been able to help redevelop projects, develop affordable housing, and bring communities back. A lot of times, our communities get the least of the resources. We get the least of commercial development. We don't get quality things in our neighborhoods. But we've been very blessed to be a part of some major developments that have brought resources and commerce and economic development to African American communities. So that has been a wonderful process and a wonderful journey for me to be a part of over the last 20 years.
Absolutely. So you've had a very broad real estate career, just being raised
Yes,
in it, investor, salesperson, broker,
all of that.
educator, um, developer, so what's your
Yes.
favorite discipline within the real estate industry?
So one of my personal mottos is all things real estate because you are right. I've had a broad career and have really been exposed to a lot of things in real estate. I'm passionate about several things. I started my career in residential, and I loved residential real estate. I love helping people buy houses. I love giving people the keys. My personal passion is Black women. I love just when a Black sister, single sister, professional sister purchases her own property. That's just the most liberating feeling for me to be a part of. And I had a great career in residential. But when I got married, started having children, I needed a different lifestyle. And I, won top sales awards, NAR 30 under 30 for sales because I did very blessed to do well in residential. But my lifestyle changed. I didn't want to go to show houses after church on Sunday and all of those kinds of things. So I moved into commercial real estate and development. And it was a great time because our family firm was a part of some major projects at that time. So I was able to move my career into commercial and real estate development and be able to really take advantage of some of the things that we were a part of at that time. So if I had to pick a favorite, I don't know. I love all of it. I love all things real estate. I love how you can recreate yourself in real estate over and over again. But I would say the space that I'm in now, redeveloping properties, seeing land become a real estate development that helps people in the underserved market is probably my most favorite thing to actually do.
I heard that. So I know you got some projects that you've been successful with and some that you're working on now. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about them?
Yes, yes, and I know hopefully you'll be able to actually show a couple of these. This building here is called the Power Center, and today we're talking about underserved areas. This building I recently purchased in collaboration with two other partners, Miss Patricia Williams with the Imani School and Chris Williams with Lucille's Kitchen. And we created a nonprofit organization to purchase this particular building. It's called the Power Center. Those in Houston are familiar with it. This used to be a dilapidated, vacant, abandoned Kmart building. How many of these type of buildings do you know in our communities that are dilapidated, abandoned, and blighted? Everything from drugs, everything's from asbestos, lead-based paint, you name it, this building had it. We were able to several years ago be a part of the redevelopment and now to come in as owners of it. It now serves as home of one of the largest African American private schools in the country. It serves as home of a banquet facility that can seat over 1,100 people, all Black owned. We have a 17,000 square foot commercial kitchen. We have a business park right now with about 38 Black owned businesses. We have an eye doctor, we have a medical doctor, we have a pharmacy, all within this particular building. We're in the process of renovating this building now. One of the things we will do is we'll add solar panels to the whole building. We'll make the building completely green, and we're adding EV charging stations to the parking lot to be able to bring this building completely online in the hood where you have charging stations, solar panels, green building. It can all happen. And this was an old, dilapidated building. Rob, if you move on to the next slide, I'll talk about master plan development that we are in the process of actually doing. Our firm has been blessed to represent the Community Development Corporation that has developed this particular project. This is called Corinthian Point. It's one of the largest master plan developments ever done by a nonprofit in the country. This community has over 200 acres. It's anchored by 400 houses, affordable homes. There's a business park. There's a medical center. There's Walgreens. There's CVS. There's an independent living facility. There's a YMCA, all within this community. But the most beautiful thing about it is it's in the hood. You pass by land like this all the time. This is the property that people used to dump mattresses on and dump trash on and all of that. And we were able to make a beautiful community out of it through utilizing economic development tools like TERS and things of that nature. If you keep on moving, Rob, it'll show you some of the developments that's actually part of that. This is a retail center that my firm owns, anchored by Texas Children Pediatrics. The next slide, I think, shows the senior living facility that we developed. This is 124 units for seniors. One of the things I love about the community also too is that it's multi-generational. There's single family homes, there's a senior living facility, and one of the last phases that we want to do are actually townhomes. So we want you to be able to age within the same community, and we think that there's also value to have multi-generations living together in the same area. Next slide, please. This is a project that we're really excited about. We're in the process of doing this project now. It's called the Bethune Empowerment Center. So this building, as is a old elementary school. It was a school that was abandoned. The school district didn't have any more use for it. It was a dilapidated structure. City of Houston was able to come in and strike a deal with the school district to be able to do a long-term lease on the building. With that, our firm is working in collaboration with several partners to redevelop the site into the Bethune Empowerment Center. Within this center, we will have a large commercial kitchen where caterers can utilize it for big projects. We'll have a community space. We're working on a bank at this center. We're working on a business incubator at this center. We just have a community college that's going to come in and do training at this center. The anchor project for us for this is what's called a Maker's Hub. This is an opportunity where folks that don't want to necessarily go to college but are great at making things, making candles, making equipment, etc., will have an opportunity to utilize this Maker's Hub to make and manufacture products and learn how to do welding and other skills of that nature. So this is going to be in an underserved community in the Houston area called Acres Home, and we're very excited to be the development consultant for this particular project. Next slide, please. So this is the current state of the Edison Center. So if you look at this, this picture doesn't show how bad of shape it's in, but there's the spray painting on the walls. We've all seen that in the community. The parking lot's busted up. If you go through this parking lot, you can mess up your tires. There's always homeless people kind of hanging there. It's just a bad structure. And if you show the next slide, we will show what we're redeveloping this project to actually be, which is the Edison Cultural Arts Center. So we'll take that first picture that you saw and make it into this. And we are extremely excited to work as the developer of this particular project. This is an 84,000 square foot structure on 12 acres. We finished phase one, which is low income housing tax credit multifamily. That's class A affordable housing. And this structure, what you're looking at now, will be the Edison Cultural Center. We'll also have retail. We've been able to get a clinic. We're working on getting a bank, working on restaurants. All of these things will come to the hood. And this project is especially something that I'm proud to work on because I grew up right around the corner from this particular structure. And I used to pass by this retail center every day coming home from a school. It used to be a Kroger shopping center. Kroger was the anchor. And Kroger left this community about 10 to 15 years ago and left this center in the state that it is in. So we're very proud to be part of the project that's going to bring this back online and bring quality Class A development to the hood, if you will. This last one is Grand Park Square. I'm very proud to be a part of this redevelopment project. This is a 17 unit development that's happening in South Union, which is in the hood, predominantly African American area. Has not had a new community in over 20, 30 years of new single family homes. And I'm proud of this project because it was developed for us, by us. And we did this project through real estate syndication. That means that African American investors came together to raise funds, to work in general partnership and limited partnerships to raise the funds to build this particular project. We are about 75% done. There's a great team, Kevin and Aisha Shelton, who are both realtors, Junius Williams, that's realtors, that we were able to partner together to make this particular development happen. And we're almost done, and we'll be able to wrap this one up in the books. So Rob, these are just some examples of how much fun I get to have in real estate, how blessed I have been to be a part of some major, major things happening, and why I think the future is just so bright for those of us who work in real estate and now serve in underserved areas has become something that is worth doing, something that is so fulfilling, but also can be profitable for your business working in our communities. There's a lot of different opportunities that realtors can have working in these particular areas.
Absolutely. Shannon Knoxon Higgins says things are getting good in the hood.
That's a good way to put it. Good in the hood.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed. Yes,
right time.
indeed. Well, when you think about it, the way I look at real estate development, that's like the top of the real estate pyramid. You know, that's like the capstone
Yeah,
to the real estate
that's the
industry.
capstone.
It's the
Yep, that
capstone.
is.
Um, and when you think about the impact that we as realtors can have by taking the reins, educating ourselves on the processes, the systems, where the money flows, the legalities. Think about
Yes,
all the jobs that we can create in our neighborhoods, or how many
that's what
businesses
it's
that we
all
can
about.
have that are locally owned and housed right in our neighborhoods. And
That's what it's all about, Mr. Pastor. That's it right there.
yeah, economy.
Yeah,
You know, bringing
yeah,
economy to our own neighborhoods. So
yeah.
for
Creating our own.
a realtist that has never developed, it seems like such a daunting task. You know, a process. What do you say to those realtors?
I would say be a part of NAREB and be a part of our United Developers Council. One of the roles that I had in NAREB was I served as vice chair for 2 terms of UDC, our development affiliate, United Developers Council. And being in the atmosphere with other real estate developers that look like you can be very inspiring, but also create a network for you. When you're doing a project, you need a network. You need to learn what other realtors have actually done. How would they approach things? Different relationships that they had to actually build. So we have the resources in NAREB. UDC was and still is an affiliate that I have learned a lot from. That has been an enhancement to my career. Secondly, I would say look at taking it to the next level in your education. I teach at Prairie View A&M University, and we have one of the only Masters of Community Development programs. I teach there now, but I originally learned about Prairie View from being a part of the program. I went to school for 2 to 3 years to get a master's in community development. So that program is available. It's also available online now, so you can attend classes and things of that nature at PV and be a student of community development. It's a lot to learn in it, but there's a lot of resources out there for you also too.
That's amazing. And you teach within that program?
Yes, yes. So I
Wow.
teach land development. I teach community financing, and I teach all of the real estate courses. It's one of the things you can do with the program now is if you don't have a real estate license, you can come out with the license. So I teach law of agency, law of contracts, real estate 1, and real estate 2.
Absolutely. So, realtists, I hope y'all listening. Join. If you're not a member, become a member, and get tapped into our affiliates. And UDC has been very monumental to me. I got my UDC certification. You know, fair housing, affordable housing, tax credits in
Awesome.
Rochester, and then they also came to Detroit last year, and I had to go to Detroit to hear more because it's so
Power
much
is
information. You sit through that
so
class, and every time you sit through it, you're gonna learn something different.
every time.
Yeah,
Every time. That's what it's all about too.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's the next step because people complain about gentrification, but we got to put ourselves in that position and be the change
Yep.
that we want to see versus
Be the
reacting to the
change.
change.
Yep. And there's a way to do gentrification without displacing our people. But it has to be us that's at the table when these decisions are actually being made.
I got you.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. So, with all the success you've had, we talked about development, but just in general, when it comes to the real estate career, what would you tell to a realtist that wants to take their real estate career to the next level?
This organization has all the resources that you need. I have learned so much from being a realtist. I have gotten my network, if you will, of mentors, of coaches, of partnerships through this association. So I have learned so much from being a realtist and learned so much from being a part of the community and a part of the network. So if I want to take my career, I'm a realtor, you want to take your career to the next level, I would say get involved and get active. And you'll be so surprised how much you can learn from your fellow realtors members. We have some real power and some real resources and some real talent in this association. You got to get involved and come and travel and be a part of the community and a part of the family because once you are, the sky's the limit.
I can second that. NAREB has changed
Yes,
my life. Just being in the same room with people such as
yes,
yourself who have already lived my dreams. And then not only have you already lived my dreams, but you're one to help share and guide. So
yes.
that
We're going to do it
others,
together.
it's amazing, and there's no experience like it. So I'll be try to tell the people, man. It's like NAREB is like the nation's best kept secret, but it's
That's
not gonna
kept
be
secret.
secret, not for
We're not
long.
going to be secret long.
Not for
It's not going to
long.
be
Oh
secret
yeah,
long.
we going up. We going up. So I got one more question for you because I know you're busy. I know you got plans to look at. You probably phone still ringing. Um, what does YRD mean to you?
So I love that question, and I've been thinking about that. YRD to me, if I was to sum it up in a word, I would say refreshing. I love the energy. I love the synergy. I love the connectivity that YRD has and is bringing to our association. So overall, I just think that it's a refreshing breath of fresh air, and the future's bright because we have young leaders like yourself that will be the next generation of realtors. Our organization will celebrate 75 years this year. That's so significant to me. That's longer than most of us have been alive. This organization has been going strong, but I can see the next 75 years with the leaders that we have, with my children that know what a realtist is, with so many more that are coming behind us and the opportunities and the doors that we are breaking down and the barriers that we are overcoming. I see YRD as the future. I see it being a breath of fresh air, and I just say the sky's the limit for the realtors movement.
I heard that, and that's what we're here for. We got to keep it fresh. Sometimes we got to keep it funky. But that's what
Gotta
it's
do what
about.
you gotta do, huh?
You gotta do what you gotta do. So, Madam Courtney, I appreciate you and your time. Do
Thank
you have anything else for the people?
just to say, hey, in NAREB.com, join the movement. We are here. We're going to the next level. The resources, the connectivity, and the network. We are the network of African American professionals And there is so much resources in the house, but you got to connect in. So join us.
Absolutely, gotta tap in. Gotta tap in. Well, madam, we appreciate you. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get back to it.
Thank you. Shout out to everybody.
Absolutely. Hey, they loved you. Hey, we gotta thank our viewers. We had Madam Tamisha Wells, our president, YRD president, in the building, of course. Yes, indeed. We had our recording secretary, Imani Bro Smith, out of Oakland, in the building.
Oakland in the house, Cali in the house.
Madam Shaniqua Badger.
Yep. Cali in the house, big time.
Cali show love. We got Marcus
Brown.
The
heavy hitters.
Marcus Brown, Alabama's in the building. You know, so we had our people.
Represent the South. Yes.
Yep. Melissa Service out of Florida.
My friend, commercial sister.
Yes, indeed. So I'll be seeing you. Hopefully I see you before. Hopefully I see you before the convention. But
we gotta make it happen. Gotta make it happen.
I gotta come to Houston, man. I gotta see what y'all doing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let us host you. Let us host you.
It'd be an honor. All right. Well, hey, thank you.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
it. Absolutely. Yeah, we gotta show love. We appreciate her coming through and just dropping those gems, because we all live in neighborhoods and we drive past property all the time that could be repurposed to create opportunity within our communities. And as realtors, that's inherently what we do. We open up doors and we create opportunities within our community. So shout out to all of y'all that have tapped in and spent time with us tonight. Go ahead, if you haven't registered for the national convention, go ahead and get tapped in. It's going down. Early registration ends on April 20th. August 2nd through the 6th. There's going to be some pre-conference going on there, but go to NAREB.com, look at the agenda, and you want to be there because you don't want to be square, because that's where the magic happens. At the national conventions, at the national conferences, at the regional certification courses, be there or be square. Shout out to all of y'all. Amy McCoy is in the building. Madam Amy McCoy, NAREB National Technology Chair. H-Town came through very deep. We got Shannon, Aisha. Yes. We got President Williams out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. I appreciate you all for rocking with us. And stay tuned for next week, because we're coming with another one. Some more jewels coming for you. But you know who it is and what it be. This is Rob Pasker, and this has been YRDtv. Y'all have a good week.